Good New Year, good people, and happy 2024. I'm Dr. Jamie Marich, and it is my great pleasure to lead you through this mini retreat here on social media around the one-word practice. So the one-word practice has become very popular in recent years, especially over the last decade or two. Many yoga studios, organizations will sponsor whole courses, whole retreats on it, or even just challenge folks to set a word or to just consider contemplating a word that may serve as your intention for the new year ahead. One of my teachers, Christine Velters-Paintner of Abbey of the Arts, taught me that the one-word practice, in her estimation, is something that is very ancient in origin, going back to the desert mothers and fathers in the Christian tradition. When pilgrims would come to speak to one of the elders, it was common practice to ask, "Give me a word." And the elder would in turn give the seeker a word to chew on, if you will. Perhaps consider it as an intention, contemplate, meditate with it, and see what happens. So I've engaged personally in the one-word practice for many years myself, probably about 10 now. And what starts as my word for a year doesn't necessarily end up as my word, or it may grow and evolve for me in new and different ways. Some years, I've started with the collection of several different words, maybe even a phrase, because one word doesn't really seem to shimmer, as Christine would say. I very much learned that word from her, or pop out. This year, I personally have a word. It's enjoy. That is an intention I'm setting for myself and my life for 2024. And notice that I've said intention instead of resolution. Modern culture, especially in the West and the US, has really gotten us in this thinking of New Year's resolution, that this is what I'm going to do, setting a resolve. And if that works for you, great. But as several of my other teachers in the yoga tradition have taught me, intention can be much more reality friendly. It is where you plant your seed. And then for any good seed to grow, you do need to water it, cultivate it, and tend to it. So maybe you've already said a one word for this year. Maybe you're still dancing with a few different potential options, or maybe you haven't even thought of a word that can be your theme, if you will. That's another way to kind of look at it, because especially in my EMDR teaching, I very much look at things through a thematic lens. So maybe instead of a one word, what is my theme for 2024? By its definition, expressive arts therapy is the weaving together of several different creative practices from several different forms. So in this one-word process that I will be facilitating for you here on social media, I'm going to be inviting us into several different forms. The first is just a little bit of organic movement to help yourself settle in. You can close your eyes, leave them open. Bring in any of your grounding anchors that you might find useful or nourishing, especially when you do creative practice or something that steps you out of your comfort zone. And remember, you can always pause and go to one of those anchors if you need at any time, because even a practice like this, which I see as rather simple, may not be easy. It can bring up heavy emotion for you, and honor the body's prompting to stop and take a pause and come back to this later if it works. So the first practice that I'll be putting in this video is inviting you into either mindful listening, mindful movement, dancing mindfulness, if you will, or both. I'll be sharing with you a song that I wrote during this past year called All These Things. And I thought it'd be a great song to work into this particular process because I do give you several different word options in it. And this may be a particularly good song for you to listen with or move with if you don't have a specific word yet. It may elicit some ideas for you. Or even if you do have a word chosen already, perhaps as you listen to the words and the tones of the song, perhaps you're inspired to move with them in some way. It may be that one of the words blends nicely with your intended word for the year. And like we say in a lot of expressive practice, just go with it. So I know that some of you are more comfortable with movement than others. And consider that even as you're listening to the song, even moving your hands a little bit like this, moving your head a little bit like this, is still movement. For those of you who are more comfortable dancing, whether it be in your chair or up on your feet, you can turn this into an experience of dancing mindfulness. So taking a breath, remember you always have permission to close the eyes or leave them open. I'll leave you here in silence just for a few moments. And then you'll hear the music begin. Taking another breath. And I will invite you to notice what you're noticing now. Knowing that as your expressive arts facilitator, I'm not looking for any answers. What is there? What is true? What is genuine for you? And then if you have some paper or a pen or pencil or any writing implement nearby, You can pause this if you need to find something, or you can even bring up a word processing program on your computer. I'll invite you into a minute of just free writing. You can start with your word. Whatever word is most noticeable, you can start with the sensation that came up for you after the mindful listening or movement. You can pause the recording if you need longer than a minute, but as your virtual facilitator here, I will give you space for about a minute, and I will sit here offering energy, offering wishes, if you wish to receive them, as you write. And even if you want to write for longer, take a breath. You can always come back to what you're writing. And ask myself, as we draw this video to a close, ask yourselves, what do I most need? To keep writing? To keep moving? To go to some visual work? Particularly if you work in visual forms, that may be a great way to continue being in process with your one word. So go with it. Set the time that you have and see what else is revealed. So thank you for joining me for this video mini retreat. If you want to share your one word or the words that you're dancing with in the comments below on whatever platform you're watching this, please go ahead and do that. And if you'd like to engage with me with more expressive arts work using some video coaching, video encouragement like this, please also visit the link in the notes on whatever app you're seeing this to be connected to the newly rebooted and launched Process Not Perfection, Expressive Arts Solutions and Trauma Recovery book course with yours truly. Happy 2024.